So we've been wanting to get our friend Siobhan to do a video with us for ages because she's really good at telling like childhood stories because she always has ridiculous ones. So come say hello to Siobhan. Nice entrance.
Firstly, we're going to talk about our first ever memories. Okay, my first ever memory, it sounds really weird, but it's the first one. Me and my brother, we weren't walking to the park, we were in the pram, my mum was walking us to the park.
Oh, they're twins, by the way.
Oh yeah, I've got a twin brother. And we can't have been very odd, we were in the pram, and we had to walk there, it was like a mile away, but my mum couldn't drive a car, so we had to walk. Because that's what it was like in the 90s. Not everyone had 3 cars.
There's like a moral lesson in the middle.
On the way home, we got about halfway and it started torrential raining, like proper English weather raining. I remember how bad it was because I discovered my talent, which is my eyebrows, but it's not really a talent.
my eyebrows are tingling.
My eyebrows really hurt when it rains. Like they really hurt. And I remember sitting there in the pouring rain and like protecting my eyebrows because they hurt so much, and my twin brother who was next to me had a Dairy Dunker and he was shielding it like that to make sure it didn't get any water in it. And I don't know, that's my first memory and it's a pretty good one. What's your first memory?
One of my earliest memories is I remember being in my room, and my room led on through to my brother's, so we had to kind of go through mine to get to his. And I was wearing these like massive like jog buttons, and they were huge trackies. And he kind of came in, and he just started putting like cuddly toys down my trousers. And I just filled them up with like toy cars and things until they were like bulging out, like, and then I just kind of waddled down. Yeah, I just remember that, like having my trousers full of toys.
What did your mum say?
She must have just laughed at me. Yeah.
Right, my little brother, who's 8 now, but when he was in nursery, his Christmas play, he played the moth.
That's what?
The moth, since when was a moth in the nativity? And I didn't actually go see it, but apparently he was supposed to be a moth, and there was somebody else who was a candle, and he had to dance around the candle, right? But the boy who was the candle was too scared to go on stage, so he just had to run around nappy. When I was very young, so I was still in nappies, me and my twin brother again, we were kind of like, we're a tag team at causing trouble, and my mum got very concerned because our poos from our nappies were really strange colours, like they would come out in like turquoise and orange, like full blown orange. And my mum was very concerned. She thought we had like some weird tropical disease or something. She wasn't sure. And then it turned out, every time we went to Mandria's, her name's Andrea but she looks like a man, hence Mandria. Every time we went to Mandria's house, we'd go up to the windowsill and she had like a big display of crayons and we'd be eating the crayons and then it was coming out in our poo in weird colours. Keith, if you want to freak out Gillian Keith, eat crayons.
The more you know.
Because it comes out weird.
So me and Siobhan really didn't used to get on when we were little, because there was partly because there was like a family friend that I liked and you didn't, and that was like mostly it. But
there were reasons why I didn't like her. She used to pee in bins. Just
like the floor.
Peed on
floors. Not for the camera, but I remember once. We must have been really young. And her and Imi wanted, they were like getting naked and they were like drawing each other's bits and her mum came in and I was just kind of sitting there like, what the hell is going on? And her mum came in and like shouted at them, they were like really in trouble for it, and I remember that. I remember her mum having a massive go. Because, what? They were drawing, they're like, they had their legs like open like that and they were like,
oh my god, that's so weird! The camera
just turned off, that's why the framing's changed. Okay.
A sibling of the girl that pees on the floor and draws vaginas. She started bullying my little brother. She pushed my little brother over and I was having none of that. So I went up to her and I slapped her right across the back, right, really hard. So yeah, that all happened. She went back crying to her mum. They promptly left our house. So they drove off and then 5 minutes later her mum was ringing our doorbell and we were like, oh, did you leave something behind? And she was like, I wish to speak to Siobhan. And I was like, like, oh god. And she went, look at this! And she pulled Amy's top up, and she had a big red handprint, like against her back. And it's not even that funny. I'm really horrible. This is what my mum was like. She was just like, oh, I'm very sorry. And then like once they left, my mum was like, what the hell did she come back for? And you only slapped her.
So again, with the fact that me and Siobhan didn't get on when we were younger. Okay.
We were at church. Yes, Lucy actually used to go to church. And it was like children's liturgy, which is kind of like Sunday school type thing. And my mum was actually doing the Sunday school teaching. She said, can all children who are in year 2 at St George's come up to the front? Because in year 2 at St George's, which is the primary school I went to, we just learnt a song about a donkey. And my mum wanted us to sing this song about the donkey, but Lucy decided to come up to the front, as she did not go to my primary school. And I went to her, I was like, Lucy, you can't come up, you're not from St George's. And she was like, but I'm in year 2. I didn't slap at this time,
You didn't
but
slap
she
me
started
this time.
crying and like bawling, and that was another time when I made Lucy cry. I've made Lucy cry quite a few times. I still do
I was
sometimes.
going to say, not recently. This is my absolute favourite story.
My little brother, he was probably about 4 at the time, he had drawn this ginormous, like, I'm not even over exaggerating, it covered the entire wall.
Yeah.
This huge drawing, like this big scribble in permanent marker on a white wall. Okay, and because we keep the door open that was like next to that wall, my mum didn't see it for weeks. And then finally she closed the door and she saw it. And she screamed, she was like, George, get down here now! And George came down and my mum was like, what is this? And then George was like, don't be mad, Mommy, it's a picture of Jesus.
I find it so funny.
My mum's this, like, angry, do you know what I mean? Like, she's this
You're terrifying.
angry Irish woman, like, what the fuck is this? What Egypt drew this thing on the wall? And yeah, and my little brother, he looked like a cherub with his cute little
Curly hair.
golden hair, chubby cheeks, and he's like, it's just Jesus, Mummy. It didn't look like Jesus at all. It looked like a big squid.
Okay, camera died again, so sorry.
Again. I probably just flashed you all. We were infamous in our neighbourhood because we had this ginormous tree in our garden, and we used to climb it. And we could climb right to the very top, and all of like the old deers that used to live near us were like, oh, it was so scary, they live so tall. They live so tall.
So tall. They live so tall.
They climb so tall. And basically, so yeah, we lived around loads of old people, but there was one family on our road, and they were the most awful people.
No.
And basically my mum had told me that she didn't really want me going round to their house because she didn't really like their morals. The next week, probably after that, they were bouncing on their trampoline. They lived like 5 houses down from us, but we could see them. I was on top of our really tall tree, and they shouted at me, do you want to come over and play? And I proceeded to shout back, my mum told me I should not associate with the likes of you. But my next door neighbour heard, and he went and told my mum, and I got into loads of trouble. Looking back, I think it's really funny. We were a lot older now. It was around year 5, so we were
year
5. 10 or something. What me and Lucy did that night is we went on the trampoline with our brothers and etc, etc, and we were jumping around like the trampoline like in a cycle. And we were singing this song, and basically we were attracting aliens.
We had a sign and
to come
everything.
to us. We had a sign that was like, aliens come to us, and we were singing this song, and it went like, aliens come to us,
Aliens come to us.
And I would say,
to us. Aliens come to us. Aliens come to us. Aliens come to us. Aliens come to us.
And we did that for like 5 hours.
Strangely enough, we didn't get any aliens.
Or did we?
In limbo. Here we go. Me and my sins go.
By the way, guys, I've just watched the footage.
Oh my god, yeah. And I realised that I look like such a creepy religious freak. And I'm not, I'm seriously not. And I sounded like a snob. Okay, but I'm not. I'm normal. I just have superpowers in my eyebrow.